Jai Hind to all. This is Chelsi Sen, Assistant Professor in IT Department, AKGEC, Ghaziabad. Today we are going to discuss the consensus and the Bynzantine general problem in the blockchain architecture design. So let's discuss about the contents we are going to discuss in this lecture. First of all, we will going to discuss about the types of blockchain, blockchain layers, consensus protocol, Bynzantine general problem, Bynzantine fault tolerance, and evolution of blockchains. In the last lecture, we have already discussed about the blockchain, various advantages, disadvantages, how the blockchain works, how the transaction process works. These all we have already discussed. So just discuss the next things in this lecture. First of all, what are the different types of blockchain? So there are the different types of blockchains, that is public, private, and the consortium. So in the public, private, and consortium, these are the different blockchain ecosystem. First of all, just discuss about the public. What is the public blockchain? It is known as the permissionless blockchain. This means permissionless. In this, you don't have to take the permission for participating in the particular network. So everyone can be a part of these blockchain and can be participating by running as a node. It can be used as a mining process. It can be participate in the mining process, or it can make the transactions in that particular blockchain. There are the various example of a public blockchain ecosystem, that is Bitcoin and the Litecoin. So in the public blockchains, each and every persons don't have to take the permission. Means it does not restrict to the particular person or the network. Next type is the private blockchain. In the private blockchain, it is called as the permission blockchain. Means before you have to participate in the particular network, blockchain network, you have to take the permission to participate in that particular network. There are some restrictions on the participation, as only selected individual or the member of organization can be part. Means in the public network, anyone can be the part of an organization, but in the private blockchain, what members, only the few members or the particular individuals have the permission to participate in that particular network. So there are the various examples of the private blockchain, that is multi-chain, and the hyperledger projects. In the hyperledger projects, we are having a fabric and the sawtooth. So these are the different types in which public have the permission blockchain, and in the private we are having a permission blockchain. So now just discuss about the one more term, that is the consortium. What do you mean by the consortium term? It is also called as the federated blockchain. This is also called as the federated blockchain. In the federated or a consortium blockchain, it is said to be partially decentralized and the semi-decentralized. Means the working or a group, the controlling is there in the particular organizations. Means if in the consortium blockchain, they are the group of organizations, and only in that particular organization you can participate. In the private blockchain, we are the member of that particular organization, then only we can participate in that. But in the case of the consortium, we are having a group of organizations in that particular. These are the different example like ARC3 and the EWF, Energy Web Foundation. Under the Energy Web Foundations, many organizations are involved. So in that particular many organization, the particular blockchain is partially decentralized. Means the controlling is not fully centralized, it is partially centralized. Means the control is all over to the Energy Web Foundation. So it is a group of organizations, unlike the organization in the private blockchain. So one more case is also there, that is the hybrid. In the hybrid blockchain, it is the combination of all of the three particular blockchain. Means it can be whenever we require the permissionless, then we can use in the permissionless blockchain. We can participate in the permissionless blockchain. Whenever we want to participate in the private blockchain, then we can participate in the private. So it is a combination of public and the private and the consortium, that is called as the hybrid blockchain. Now let's discuss about the various layers involved in the blockchain. Means it is a simply structure of a blockchain in which we are having a different layers. As we have already discussed the different OSI layers, how the communication is take over, how the data is transferred. So over here, also we are also having a different layers in which the transactions follows, in which the data is transferred, in which the blocks are determined various transactions process, and in which they participate in that particular network. So how the transaction is followed, how the network is participating, in the network the nodes are participating. Just discuss about the various layers. We are here, we are having 4 layers over here. First one is presentation layer, then the application layer, blockchain layer, then the internet layer. So in the blockchain layer we are having a 4 layers over here. Just discuss first layer, that is the presentation layer. So the presentation layer is the door to the user that give access to the whole network and the blockchain application. Means like similarly to the OSI layer, the presentation layer works as the UI or the UX, means user interface terms, or the user, how the user is experiencing in the particular application. So all these terms will come over here on in the presentation layer. So here it is the door to the user and which provide the access to the network and the blockchain application. So here what we are doing, we are having an interface, how the interface will work, is the interface will be user friendly or not, how the it is the ease of users or not. So it determines the customer satisfaction. So presentation layer determines the UI and the UX design over here. Sorry. A good UX design will enhance the customer satisfaction, loyalty by improving the product usability and the interaction between the user and the rest of blockchain ecosystem. Next, the presentation layer is related to the faster speed and it whether how what information it is providing. It provides the relevant information regarding the user's experience, the visual and the graphical data, visual hints, and the different icon and the interfaces it provides in the presentation layer. Now, the next layer is the application layer. This layer combines the business logic with the user interface. मुझे पानी पीना है. ब्रेक कर सकते हो उसको? कर दोगे पक्का? So in the presentation layer, it determines the UI experience with the visual and the graphical representation. It also provides the visual hints and the icons to the interface. The next layer is the application layer. Application layer is a communication between your presentation layer and the blockchain layer. What the application layer does, it combines the business logic and with the user interface. Means whatever the logic behind your application is there, it will combine to the interface. It is the communication between the interface and the logic provided by the blockchain. It consists of the decentralized application. It is also called as the DApps. This is the terms we are going to discuss further in the evolution of the blockchain. So it consists of the decentralized application, which is known as the DApps, or which run on the P2P network, that is the peer-to-peer network. So the application layer is the communication between the presentation layer and the blockchain layer. So the application layer in which we are having some DApps, and these DApps is similar to the web application which is used to connect the website to the database. Over here, DApps connect the blockchain via the smart contracts. The smart contract term, what is the smart contract is? So the smart contract is a program that contains a set of rules and the criteria in which the particular predefined conditions are met. Like for example, if we do the programming in the C++, so over here, what the programming language or what the condition are used in the blockchain is the smart contracts. Means whatever condition we have to determine, we are going to write in the smart contract. So over the application layer, we used to write the application in the smart contract. So it is a program which contains some rules, some conditions, some criteria. If they execute, the following consequences are met, or following conditions are met. The third one is the blockchain layer. This is where the core blockchain subsides. Means whatever the working of the blockchain is there, it will work over in the blockchain layer. It also consists of the consensus algorithm. This is the core of the blockchain. Means how the consensus algorithm work and how various protocols are there. This will discuss further in the further slides. What is the consensus, how it works, and what are the different terms in the consensus. So for now, in the blockchain, we are having a consensus algorithm in which how the blockchain is work, how the data is transferred, how the data is packaged, and how it is transmitted to the different pairs. For example, we are having a different nodes in the particular different network. So how the data is transferred to the each node and how the block is added into this particular node. So these all process will done over in the blockchain layer. So this is the core of the blockchain layer in which we are having proof of work, proof of stack. These are the different terms which are used in the consensus algorithm. So in the blockchain layer, it controls the mining layer, and it decide the consensus method and the participation node that execute the protocol and the distributed ledger. Means in the distributed ledger, we are having a different mining process. So it determines which block is to be added in that particular node and who will participate in this particular network. So this is the working of the blockchain layer in which the overall transaction details are mentioned over here. The last one is the internet layer. So the internet layer is means over where the blockchain work, because the blockchain works over the internet. So this layer ties the network together to the computers, IoT devices, different smartphones. So various devices which are going to together work in the network and then connect to the particular, participate to the particular network, that are called as the internet layer. Means in internet layer, for example, we are participating from the particular smartphone, if we are participating from our laptop. So these are the different devices which will count as a devices or a system node, and these all will work together to form a particular network. So these are the different layers we have discussed. Now, what is the consensus protocol is, how the consensus work, what are the different algorithm, these will how the agreement is shared between the particular group. So first, just discuss about the term consensus. What is the consensus is? A consensus is a general agreement or opinion shared by all the people in a group. Means whatever the opinion is shared between the particular group of network. So there is a mutual agreement of that particular network. For example, we are having a 4 to 5 nodes. So there should be a particular agreement to, for example, if someone want to add the new block in this particular network, so who will decide to add the particular network in this block? So consensus will decide that whether to add this block to the into the new network or not. So it is so how the consensus algorithm will work. It is work according to the consensus protocol in which it will verify the particular various criteria. So let's discuss how it verify the things. So blockchain is a distributed decentralized network that provides us the immutability, privacy, security, and the transparency. How this provides this immutability, privacy, security, and the transparency? As we all know that in the blockchain, there is no central authority. There is no central authority to validate and verify these transactions. So then also the blockchain is considered to be the fully secured and the verified. This is possible because of the presence of the consensus protocol. These all features are completely considered to be secured or verified because of the presence of the consensus protocol only. So in the consensus protocol, what is the procedure? It is the procedure in which all the peers of the blockchain network reach to the common agreement. Means all these peers, for example, we are having the 4 peers, and these will reach to a common agreement. For example, these all will tell that we are ready to add the new block. Then only we can add to the into this network. This is how the consensus work, or it is also works upon the majority. Means 51, more than 51% majority should be there in the common agreement. So the majority percentage is 51 percentage. So essentially the consensus protocol makes sure that the every new block that is added to the blockchain is the one and only version of the truth that is agreed upon the all the nodes of the blockchain. Mean we can add the new block by the permission of the all the nodes participate in that network, by the permission of the particular network. Means the majority will be required in this in that network. The one problem is come in the particular blockchain is that is the Byzantine general problem, and this problem is also solved by the consensus algorithm. First of all, discuss that the what is the Byzantine general problem is, and how we can solve the problem of this Byzantine general problem. So let's discuss what is the Byzantine general problem. For example, we are having a city or a fort, and these all nodes are trying to attack on this city or the fort. So how they will here, as we all know that in the blockchain we don't have any central authority. So they are just trying to attack on this particular network in the city or the fort. So how they will do the process and how the things will be done, let's discuss these things. So the problem is two Byzantine Roman armies led by the different generals are preparing to attack this fortified city. They are based on the either side of the cities. Means, for example, this is the city over here, and these are the attackers who want to attack on the city. So these are the different these are at the different locations. So how they will communicate to the each other, and how they will attack to this particular this particular fort or city. So two armies must attack city at the same time to involve the attack better. These they should be attacked at the same time to win the battle. So they are trying to communicate or agree on the same time of the attack. So the way of communication is by sending the messenger through the city. The simplest way to send the message will be the one general will take the leadership role and then send the message to the different particular cities to the attackers. So now the second general will receive the message and send back the acknowledge to the particular person that the whether he want to attack or not. So now this will these are the various issues that will happen in the particular victory. Means general A will hesitate to attack to the particular appointed time, or if the time doesn't matches to that particular time, then it can be a problem. Next problem, it can be there the general B have sent the acknowledge to the general A, but it have not received that time. So it can be also a problem. So now how this message will send to the particular general A, and how the general B will acknowledge to the general A. So this is the problem, or this is the issues that can become in the Byzantine general problem. So it can be also possible that the whatever message general A have said, that is intercepted or replaced with some other messages. It can be also a possibility, and this can be an issue that that can become, or whatever the general B have sent to the message. So how we can determine the authenticity of that particular message? These are the different issues that comes in the Byzantine general problem. Now general B may be sent the acknowledgement message, but there is no assurance that the general B messenger will not be caught by the enemies, or it is intercepted, or that is the big issue, that is the major issue, that if one of could be a traitor. What do you mean by a traitor? Who is not going to be participate in this particular network, but he's just trying to take the information from that particular network. So it can be a traitor. So these are the different issues that comes in the Byzantine general problem in the distributed network. So how we can solve this problem? By using, so this is the network, means for example, these all three are wanted to attack over the city. He have sent it the message that we will send a message that we will attack on this particular date and this particular time. So he will acknowledge that okay, we will attack on this particular thing. So all of you all the nodes will be have to be majority that they will be attack on this particular time. So over here also the consensus will work. How the consensus will work? That the majority will be there. Means for example, these three people got ready to attack on the same time and the same particular time and the place. Okay, but this will not allow. This is not going to be performed that the whether he have not decided to attack on this particular time. So it can be called as a traitor. So over here the majority is working, means 2/3, 1/3 of the people is the malicious, and 2/3 of the people are 2/3 of the people are participating in that particular network. So this is what the Byzantine fault tolerance says, that if if the if the maximum number of a malicious node must not be greater than or equal to the 1/3 of the all the nodes in the system, it can be increased or it can be become a more secure. So Byzantine fault tolerance will solve the problem by using the consensus algorithm, in which we can use the immutability concept, or it can verify or validate the particular transaction to participate in that particular network. So this is how the Byzantine fault tolerance solve the problem of Byzantine general problem. So what is the Byzantine fault tolerance is actually is in the particular distributed network to reach the particular consensus. What is the consensus? It is an agreement on the same value even when some nodes in the network are failed to respond. Means some are, if the in the network some are failed, then also it can or the incorrect information is sent, then also we are reaching to a particular consensus. So the objective of the BFT is to make the decision and to solve the particular problem in that particular network. This is how the BFT works, and BFT solves the problem of Byzantine general problem. And what the BFT tells, that it solves the maximum number of malicious node that should not be greater than 1/3 of all the nodes in the system. This is how it works. Now, these was the objective of the consensus protocol, that it it do the agreement, unified agreement. For example, we are having a 4 to 5 members in that particular node, then it will provide the unified agreement. Then it provide the fault tolerance. Whatever tolerance is coming, fault is coming, it tolerate the particular, it solve the particular problem. This is the collaborative and the participatory, means all the nodes should have to be participate in this particular term, and it also prevents the double spend problem. This is how the consensus protocol works. Now, these are the various terms in the consensus protocol which are discussed in the consensus algorithm. First of all is proof of work, distributed ledger, smart contract, 51% attack, coins versus token. These are the different terms which are used in the consensus protocol. So, how we can achieve the particular problem security or verified the particular person? By using this particular terms. For example, proof of work means whatever work you have done, we should have the proof of work. So this is how the protocol determines the consensus. That POW makes Bitcoin mining difficult while allowing anyone to prove that new coins were created validately. This protocol is small string of data that is hard for a computer to create but readily verified by the outside parties. Means in the POW, it is used to confirm the validity of the transactions. Means whatever transaction you have done, It is the proof. It confirms that the whether the transaction is done or not. So this is the proof of work. We can take the example of proof of work is that if someone have done some mining process or some computational process to solve the particular puzzle. So over here, for the reward, he will get the cryptocurrency, some monies as a reward. So this is how the proof of works. Next term is distributed ledger. So distributed ledger is a publicly visible history of the transaction that anyone can see in the most cryptocurrency projects. So how the distributed ledger is work means, for example, whatever the nodes are participated in the network, they should have the any updation is done over here, it should be updated over here also. Means on the each node, it should be updated in the distributed network. The term smart contracts. The smart contracts builds on the POW system that the Bitcoin created to establish that can be signed or created securely. Means it determines the particular condition to, or it is a program which determines the set of rules to contract, or it can be a contract of a particular program. So how the POW works? It The smart contracts are built on the POW system. So this is how the consensus works. Now the next term is the 51% attack. Most distributed cryptocurrency projects rely on the consensus being reached by the anonymous network participants through a voting system. Means through a voting system, they can participate in that particular network, but there should be a majority should be there to update that particular values or particular lasers in that particular transactions. So these are the different terms. Now let's discuss what are the different types of consensus protocol. First of all is POW, that is proof of work. It is the one of the first consensus protocol that is used in the blockchain application. It is based on the computing which generates some hash value, and hash value is used for validating the particular transactions. For example, if we have to generate the hash value, so we have to do some calculations, we have to perform some computational resources. So whatever computational resources we have to perform, that will generate a hash value, and that is considered as a proof of a work. So these are the particular example of a proof of work in which we are having a Bitcoin as an example. Now next is proof of stake. In the proof of stake, what we do, like in the proof of work, what we are having the disadvantages, we require the large number of computational resources, large number of energy we required. So to solve this all the problem in the proof of work, we have created the proof of stake, in which what we have to do, we have to compute some hash value by 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 putting some stacks on that particular aside. So the example over here is Ethereum. The Ethereum was one of the largest cryptocurrency to decide to move onto the proof of stake consensus. For example, this is the example over here. We are the miners and are validating the transactions made. In the Bitcoin, a person validates the transaction by computing the hash value or certain number of leading zeros. But in the case of proof of stake, it does, a validator is picked and assigned a block. The miner has to allocate a particular part of his cryptocurrencies to start validating. Means he have to put some particular cryptocurrencies before to participate in that particular network. Then if the miner succeeds in that particular in validating the transaction, then the award is the stack that have released initially, along with the certain transaction fees. This is the way to penalize the bad behavior or the incentivize the good behavior. Means if you will win the particular hash value, then you will be rewarded through the incentive. If you can't win the particular process, then you will having a penalty for this case. So this is how the consensus protocol works, and these are the different types of the consensus protocol. Now the last is proof of authority. That is, proof of authority is proposed in 2017. It is used in the private blockchain. Now, it is similar to the proof of stake only, but in this, we just connect only a group of pre-selected authority are called as the validators. Means they will only secure or can produce the particular new blocks. So this is how the proof of authority works, in which it is similar to the POS only, and how the coins are published. The incentive the validators to act the best interest of the network, otherwise their reputation is ruined. Means this is how the only one group of people is selected as a validators, and that only can add the new blocks. So these are the different types of a protocol. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the different concept like the hyperledger, different use cases of the blockchain. Thank you.